Welcome back to the Driving Line YouTube channel, where we're taking this base C6 Corvette and turning it into a full Japanese-inspired drift car. In the last video, you guys saw us install the suspension and the angle kit, which takes us one step further, actually 2 steps further, into making this an official drift car. And in today's video, we're going to be installing the Hydro e-brake, which will allow us to lock up the rear wheels, initiating the slide. And on top of that, we have a short throw shifter, because on any good car, you're going to want shorter shifts, so that way you can have more time on the steering wheel, less down there changing gears. One of the things we need to do is get rid of the stock shifter that's in this T56. Going to be sorting out the throw with a 20% reduction, as well as upgrading all of the bushings and really get this play a whole lot less. T-Mod Customs is like the go-to shifter right now for T56, TR6060 Corvettes, and it should really get rid of a lot of that notchiness that my higher mileage example is already showing. First step is I have to blow apart the interior here and access the shifter box. Then once I remove it, I can go ship it out. A couple days later, I'll get it back all modified with the T-Mod Customs, whatever he does, the magic sauce. I'll put it back in here, and then we'll be able to see that difference from before and after with throw and feel. So far, the process has been pretty self-explanatory. Just make sure you don't yank on stuff, because there are wires behind these center consoles. But this is the stock shifter, and we are going to be getting rid of this. One of the things I've already noticed is, if you can see down there, this bushing is completely blown out. A couple of bolts and we should be able to remove this entire assembly and then ship it out, so that way he can do his magic on it over at T-Mod Customs. We've got the linkage box out, and you can see some of these bushings are definitely worse for wear, especially if we let out all the crap there. Some of these backside bushings are really blown out. You can see that one's just broken completely. But yeah, I'm excited to get this out to him. I'm gonna ship it out. Probably just, if it fits, it ships, and get it over there in his hands. I don't believe he needs anything from the upper, but we'll go ahead and send this out, see what he says, and get this feeling way better. A couple days have passed, and I've got my T-Mod shifter back, and we're gonna be installing it back into the car. It looks nothing like the box that we shipped out. It's got, 1, it got cleaned up. 2, some solid bushings, brand new bushings, and greased up here. I can't even spin this, it's so dialed in right there. But this even has a new end cap that he looks like he screwed that in at the end. This is nothing like what we dropped off to him. It looks brand new. Oh, look at that. T-Mod Customs, 20% ISO, USA, baby. Nice billet piece right there. Just loosened all 3 of these up and realigned it and made sure I was absolutely in neutral. I think things might have shifted on me. But going into gear, there's reverse, 5th. Feels like you're shifting through a bunch of honey. That's the best way to describe it at first. However, it is known that this takes about 100 miles of break-in to really loosen up. Actually, one of our friends' cars, whenever they did it, it didn't even return to center until after that 100 miles. So this is totally normal. That just shows how tight these tolerances are. So we should have, oh wow, no more slop in gear. And that is exactly what we wanted. So I'm gonna leave everything kind of blown apart, go for a quick test drive, and see what this is like initially. All right, we're in reverse. Like I said, there's about a 100-mile break-in period for this thing, so we're gonna be working through that. It should get better and better with age, kind of like fine wine. That's what these things are known to do. So let's go ahead, make sure we got gears. That's second, no grinds. Feels like I'm in a full race car, hearing all of the transmission noise. Third gear. 4th gear. Cool. Everything drives really well. have never heard it backfire like that. Still got oil pressure though. All right. Oh, that feels amazing. On the C6 Corvette, PBM makes a kit that goes here in the cup holder and will actually be our handle for the hydro e-brake. For some cars, you can get away with it where you just have this e-brake, which is cable driven, usually a drum or something like that. With the Corvette, with it being on the opposite side, on the passenger side, it makes it pretty awkward to grab, plus it locks with that button. The kit we chose is by PBM, which is Parts by Max. They're based, I think, down in SoCal, so we have a somewhat local company that we're supporting here. But this has the full kit, so we'll even have a base plate that we put around the shifter. It has all the lines that we're gonna need, and we're going to be going around the ABS or deleting the ABS system. Everything's gonna be happening pretty much inside that center console and right here at the distribution block where everything is marked. You have front, you got rear, you got them all marked here. We're gonna go ahead and intercept that with the T-fittings and everything that's included in that PBM kit. And then from there, we'll bleed the system, test it out, and make sure everything's locking up. Now we're on the inside and we have the center console out. Just be careful of unplugging these. These can be a little dry and brittle after all these years of sitting outside. Don't forget, you also have your hazards up here, so just make sure you unplug that. But now we're gonna go ahead and pop off this little rubber boot, and we'll start to mount up the new spot where we're gonna put that handle. Flipped over the master cylinder here, so even though we did cut that to get clearance, it's not a big deal. Still be able to put the center console on, but we ran it this way so we could eventually run the lines in this carpet. And our idea is to pop back out underneath the footwell and then use the grommet into the engine bay, and that's where we'll hit the ABS line. So we just felt like this was a little bit cleaner of an option, but we've got it in here. We're just gonna go ahead and bolt here first, these four, so that way we don't have to worry about it moving around. At the end, when we have everything dialed in, that's when we'll drill and we'll actually rivet, drill that out if you ever wanted to take it out. We've got the ABS bypass now, but really what needs to happen is we got to put the feed and the return line from the master cylinder inside the car. So we're going to have to run that line. Those are nice and easy because they're flexible. And we're going to run those through the carpet, through the grommet into the engine bay. What we've also found out is that there is a specific bleeding procedure for a handbrake rather than just doing your foot brake. So we'll also walk you through that because this could make or break whether or not the handbrake even works at all. We've got the lines plumbed. We're going to go ahead and put fluid through it, and now we're going to start on the bleeding procedure. So you always want to start from the furthest of the master cylinder for left-hand drive cars. That's most likely the passenger rear. So we're going to start there. We're going to go ahead and do the procedure. The procedure is normal for bleeding brakes. If you've ever done it with a two-person method, this is not going to be a vacuum bleed or anything. Person hits the brake, then they pull the e-brake, crack open the bleeder, and then the person then lets it go out until the bubbles stop, closes the bleeder, and then you let off the e-brake, let off the foot brake. You also want to make sure that your fluid level stays nice and high, that way you're not sucking in any air, which would then introduce new bubbles to the system. So just make sure you're watching that level. If it starts to drop, add a little bit more fluid. Push in the pedal, pull the handle, open up the bleeder. There she goes. Close the bleeder. And there we go. Yeah, we are starting to get a little pressure now. Service active handling, we got ABS, we got traction control, everything light. Everything but a check engine, which is what matters. Oh, way better. Not as sloppy feeling. Right. Got a hole in the back behind us. The ride's so much better, and I don't hear like the jangling sound from up front. It's honestly not that bad. Just all the dust flying in my eyeballs.
I know.
You can feel it.
Pretty tight.
Yeah, feels good.
It's got such a tight turning radius if you turn it.
Oh yeah. It locks it up. That's gonna be fun. Just do a little. Like, yeah, clutch in or else you'll kill the car.
Oh.
Definitely a different feel for driving.
Yeah, it'll take a little practice to get.
Yeah, I will. And just like that, we have the T-Mod shifter installed. We also have the new PBM Hydro installed, and everything works. We just took it for a test drive. Really excited about it. Be sure to stay tuned to the Driving Line YouTube channel, where together we're gonna be transforming this stock C6 Corvette into a full drift-ready race car, ready to take on the tracks here in Northern California. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up right here. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then please comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Thanks for watching. I'm Mike Sabunchi, Director of Digital Growth for Driving Line. Be sure to hit subscribe because Driving Line brings you weekly series and episodes. Don't miss the next video with more automotive content that fuels you. We'll see you out there.